All right. I know a lot of you guys want to have worksheets and use worksheets for your kids during this time. So I'm going to show you how to make any kind of worksheet digital using Google Slides. So I have some worksheets in this particular thing that I got off of Teacher Pay Teacher. I'm going to open it and download it so I can open it this way as a PDF. Okay, and that's just something I found off Teacher Pay Teacher, and I saved in my Google Drive. I need to move my little guy here. All right. So I wanted to make sure that the screen of the page was the whole screen, and I did that by clicking that little button. Now the pages that I want page 30. Okay, and what I'm going to do is print screen this. Make sure this goes away. Right. Okay. And print screen on our computers is usually FN, and it should say print screen or PRNT screen. So I'm going to do that. It's going to make a copy of your entire screen. After that, I am going to make a new Google slide. Once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty easy. Just learning the steps is what really takes a little while. So I'm just going to erase everything. And because it is a worksheet, I'm going to change the size of it. I'm going to go to page setup. Oh, okay. Page setup. And I'm actually going to custom. And it needs to be 8.5. 8.5 by 11, which is the size of a normal piece of paper. Okay, and then all of my pages are going to be 8.5 by 11. So slide 1, I screenshot or print screen of that page. What I'm going to do is paste it in here. And if you click crop, you want to crop it to what your picture is. And then crop image, and you can make it just as big as the screen. Okay. Now you can leave it this way. I'll show you 2 different ways to do this. You can leave it this way, and then you can add a text box and make the text box right where you would typically print it. Okay. What I usually like to do is either type in the text box, type here, or I'll change the text box a different color, change the background a different color. Where's my background? Fill color. I'll make it like a light gray color so they know exactly where to type it. The only problem with leaving it like this is that kids can move the background and then everything gets a little wonky. So to avoid that, here's what I do. Let me erase my text box. Once I have it set up this way, I will go to File, Download, and I'll save it as a JPEG image. And that saves just one slide. Okay, save that. You save it as JPEG or PNG, it doesn't matter. Then what I will do is erase this. And I am going to insert, where's the background? Change background, slide, change background. Okay, choose image. And I'm going to drag what I just downloaded into this. Click done. And now the worksheet is a background. So you can't move it. It's stuck there as the background. Then I'll go in and I'll put in my text boxes. So there's my text box. Type here. Okay. I will make another one for the supporting details. There's my phone. And for these, I'm going to copy and paste. Paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And one more for the bottom. Okay, so now that I have all my text boxes in here, They're all typable. Just click on them and you can type them. I'll show you how to put like a reading selection. So number 64. No, 52. 52. All right, so if this is a short reading passage that I want, it even has a question at the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll show you how to do it again. So I'm going to print screen. Print screen. Click here. I'm going to make a new slide. Okay. I'm going to get rid of these text boxes. I don't need that. I'm going to paste my print screen in my crop. So I just have the worksheet that I want. And you can do this with any PDF, anything at all. Make it as big as I want. And because I don't want anything to move in the background, I'm going to go back up to File, Download, JPEG. See how it pops up down here? And I'm going to erase this. Slide, change background, choose image, and I'm just going to drag it. And click done. Now nothing can move. All right. So now that I have the passage, I have lines here. If I wanted to add that, the lines sometimes don't match up with the text. So usually if there's lines, I'll make the background white so you just can't tell. All right, right here. A little small, so bigger. Type here. Maybe I'll get fancy. Do that. Okay. With these, maybe I'll change the border. There we go. Now it has border. Type here. I want this first. Okay. Now, if you have a passage that has a bunch of different questions, like my slide number 66, maybe. There we go. You can do that same thing. Print screen. Add a new page. Put this down. Ooh, put that down here. Get rid of them. Like I said, it'll go a lot faster once you get the hang of it and you remember what the steps are. So just getting the hang of it is what's really is going to take the time. Obviously, I have the hang of it, so I go fairly quickly. JPEG, by slide, change background, choose image, drag it. If you're going to do this, I would definitely suggest adding it as your background because you don't want things to move around like that. Now, this worksheet doesn't go along with any of these. I'm just giving you an example. So because there's 1, 2, 3 questions, I would just make 3 text boxes. Look at that. And the lines, like I said, I usually make the background different color. If you want to get really fancy, you can make it like hot pink. I don't know. The kids will probably change it anyway. They know how to do this. So you might come back with a whole bunch of crazy different colors. Good thing about Google is that you can, on Schoology, you can see what they're doing when they're doing it. Oh, I'm sorry, I have 14. Oops. And I am going to copy and paste, put another one down here. Let me make this one a little bit smaller. And copy and paste again. Now, when you upload it on Schoology, and I'm sure that we're all going to learn to be experts at that. When you upload it on Schoology, each kid will get their own copy of this. So they'll just have to click on it. It'll open up in their own Google Drive. They all have Google Drive. And they'll be able to type in whatever they need. And you'll be able to see it. And you can just give them this entire thing. They read it. Here's the next activity. Here's the next activity. They're done. They submit it. Boom. Yay.